bits.
There you go. All right, just getting these all organized. Get these all positioned here. Did you, let's see, do you have a story in here about the business loans running out?
No, but we can talk about that.
All right.
Because, they did, at least as far as we know. I should probably mention that actually when we do the first bit.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we're still warming up. We know we're on.
Are they frozen? I'm just getting the news organized.
Yeah,
Back off.
I was telling Dallin I had a completely different list of stuff that we were going to talk about, and then in the last couple hours it all changed. So, which happens a lot actually. It's really weird.
All right, I'm ready, but
okay.
If we want to see how people come in, who do we have? King of Kurtopia.
Oh, that's Kurt. I know him. How's it going, man?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What if our Facebook fired up too? That's been working, but it is really funny watching how the commenting goes because there's a lot in the beginning and then it just goes away as the Facebook algorithm slowly tightens its grip and makes us disappear until we give it money. I mean, for all I know, Twitch does that too, but
well,
I don't know how their discoverability works.
Yeah, it just makes you pretty it's defeating in a way. You're like, oh, nobody knows that you actually went live. At least with YouTube, you can get notifications if you want. Turn it on, and they're gonna tell you.
Yeah, Twitch does that too. I don't. I guess maybe Facebook kind of does. I don't know. I mean, their business model is pay us for the stuff you do for us.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of brilliant and terrifying at the same time. But yeah. Speaking of which, I did a little perusing. So I created tags for this channel just because, Twitch being a gaming site, it does. They weren't really expecting a lot of people to do news and stuff. So I added some random tags, and one of them was body painting. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure, okay. So I popped that in there, and then earlier this morning, I was like, what do they have on Twitch that has body painting on it? Well, go look at that later. Don't do it right now. But yeah, there's some stuff.
Yeah,
that's what you think? Yeah, not a lot. I mean, 10 o'clock this morning, there were 2 people on there, and I think they were just talking about it. I don't know.
They're talking. Okay. And yeah. I mean, I could see watching somebody put body painting on. If you're going from beginning of process to end, it's all right. Well, I don't know. People
it's a
watch
whole category for some reason. Maybe they all come on in the evening or something.
Yeah.
I'll have to, if I can remember to look when I'm drinking, which I probably won't.
There you go. Bathia 1795. What's behind curtain number 2, Dallin? Well, it's my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful basement. You wouldn't expect anything else, would you? Other than a basement? Drew's in his basement. Are you in the basement, Drew?
I am. It's a walkout basement, so I'm lit in the front. So I don't know if that counts or not, but I'm in the basement because that's the place to go.
We're both coming to you from Lexington, Kentucky. Beautiful, sunny day. Not warm.
A little chilly.
We still haven't kind of hit our spring yet. We're just not fully there yet, but hopefully it's nice where you are. Somebody got an email from Twitch. Awesome. Afternoon. They started a Bob Ross marathon on Twitch. I have been watching, there's a girl on Twitter I've been watching, Chelsea, chilling with Chelsea. And she basically just paints things and loves a lot of Bob Ross paintings. And people hang around for a very long time watching that.
Yeah.
There's something soothing about it, oddly satisfying, if you will.
I keep trying to find stuff to put on in the background other than the news, because I keep CNN up with the sound off, because if you listen to it, it makes you go insane. And mostly for breaking news stuff, because they get stuff 10 seconds faster than anybody else does. But then I pretty much I kind of wind my day down right around now, actually, because I started at 7. And but I still like to have something on the TV, and it's you gotta something other than CNN. And it's weird, there's not a lot of good background stuff, but I saw there's this Norwegian group that does I can't remember what they call it. It's slow cinema or something like that. And so, for example, on Netflix, they've got like 10 hours of some boat just going down a canal, for example.
See, I like that stuff. Yeah, that's interesting. Or if you've already watched a series of shows, flip that on. You've already heard it, and it can just kind of play in the background and keep you entertained, but it doesn't consume all your brain power.
Yeah, I found out TNT is actually a pretty good channel for that if you want to, because they seem to have all the Star Wars Marvel stuff, and then they run them sequentially, so you can just leave it up all day long and watch they watch episodes 1 through 9 back to back. Watch it go from suck, amazing. I liked it at the time.
That's not a bad way. A few comments in here. Lofty Marlin says they were in Louisville February and March.
Oh, cool.
What do you think of Louisville? Do you think of it as like the white trash Kentucky? Do you think of it as the I don't know. What do you think of it, Drew?
It's a little weird. It doesn't seem like it's part of the state.
Right.
They're also very strange. They've got the weirdest complex for the biggest city I've ever seen. Like, I've never been to a state where the largest city had an inferiority complex. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Like when I was running for governor, I remember I was at an event one night. We were all drinking, and then there were some random people that came up there, and this woman was drunk, but I think she would have said this sober. And she says, "What do you all have against Louisville?" And I'm like, "You mean like me?" She's like, you all from Lexington. Why do you hate Louisville?" I'm like, we don't. We don't even think about you guys. Like, yeah, you do. You got it out for us. And I'm like, this is so weird. And it turns out they all think that. It's really bizarre.
I can see that. Yeah.
No, we don't give you guys a second thought. I mean, glad you're there, I guess. But what's funny is the local basketball blog calls him Little Brother. And it's really funny when Little Brothers actually should be the Big Brother, but it's a really good nickname for him. It's kind of like think like the Yankees and the Mets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Mets would be Little Brother.
Yeah.
So imagine an entire city with that complex, not just in sports but everything. That's Louisville. That's what I think of Louisville.
I think that you've explained it very well, because that is how it is. I just don't think about it unless I have to. Do I need to go to the airport? Maybe that airport. Usually not, though. I've been heading to Cincinnati a lot recently.
Yeah, me too. But it is super weird that, I wonder if there's another state where the largest city is just completely ignored by everybody else. Because normally everything rotates around it, right? But not here. We're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe Indiana works like that, because Indianapolis is kind of,
I did like Indianapolis. Nice, it seems I was impressed with it. I was actually surprised. I was like, this is a lot bigger than I thought. But that was just a weekend of hanging out. Yeah. Let's see. Drew Curtis, do you live near the jelly mines in Kentucky? I haven't heard of those.
Where are they?
Yeah,
maybe.
Jelly mines.
We're in the middle, so we're probably 3 hours from it.
There's a lot of caves around.
Yeah, there's lots of caves and bourbon, and there's all kinds of cool weird stuff.
What's with the lack of accent is a question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an implant. I'm originally from Idaho, and Drew, you're lifelong Lexington.
Yeah, I was born here. I get out a lot, so it doesn't feel like I'm a native, but I was born here and I still live here when I'm not traveling. Oh, the Kentucky jelly mines. I don't know where those are.
Yeah.
I assume probably where all the pollution is. So that would be Eastern Kentucky, or probably right outside of Louisville, if I had to guess.
Drew and I once went on a trip down south to go to some caves. What was it? Some cave. And
we went to Diamond Cavern, I think, and then we tried to go to the dinosaur caves, but they were closed.
That was it. Wait, no, they weren't dinosaurs. They were closed
and they were for sale.
They were for sale.
We were like, oh, we should buy this. This would be great.
No, but it wasn't dinosaur caves, was it?
No,
I thought we
else.
Turned it into that idea. Our idea was to buy the cave, put cheap dinosaurs all over the place in it, and as soon as we get people's money and they get in there, they won't realize how crappy it is until they're in there. No refunds.
Yeah.
But actually,
that
maybe
totally would have worked, but
that sounds like a Kentucky attraction. So we've done that, but there is a fantastic attraction down there, which is a one of the very few leftover teepee motels. What would you call that?
Yeah, it's a wigwam village.
Wigwam village.
Yeah, the way I describe it to people is, remember from Cars where they had that little cone hotel that Sally ran? It's like that. Like, that's actually what it's modeled after. Apparently, back, in the 1930s and 40s, when that wasn't somehow racist, they decided to build a bunch of these things that are made of concrete too. But they're individual concrete teepees that all smell like bleach, because apparently if they don't continually throw bleach down all the drains, it smells like a lot worse.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. We had thought it would be a fantastic place to get together to have a convention because they're all in a semicircle. You've got a really sad playground in the middle of it all. And
a bonfire pit, though. So
and a bonfire pit, yeah. Just bring your wood. That was a great time.
Yeah, that was a good time. God, we got drunk. Holy crap. Never the plan. Sometimes it's how it goes.
Somebody asked, how far are you from the bourbon? Does the close proximity make you bourbon opinionated?
I'm very close to a lot of the bourbon. I live less than 10 miles from Wild Turkey, Woodford Reserve, Castle and Key. I know I'm forgetting somebody. There's that Deviate, which I don't think they're producing, but they're in between. Yeah. And then there's a Jim Beam warehouse that caught fire and burned down. I don't know if that's still open. That's like I can actually ride my bike there in like just under an hour, no problem. In fact, you can go by all of them except for Wild Turkey is the next county over, so it's a little harder to get to.
Woodford Reserve, I would say, is the best tour if you're coming. That one in Castle and Key. Castle and Key is really unique to see that one. They're not actually outputting any bourbon jet. Well, I mean, they're outputting. It hasn't aged long enough. I think we're 2 or a year and a half away from it.
Yeah, they're getting close. They're doing gin and vodka, though, like crazy, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Their gin's actually good. I don't like gin. I love their gin. It's so good.
And they have an awesome, because it's this old place that they've kind of rebirthed. And their it's such a great place. Best gift shop, I would say. Yeah. Amazing one. So
totally worth checking out. And it's like right down the street from Woodford, so you can hit 2 of them.
Yeah. Lots of great questions in here. We've got people from St. Paul, Minnesota. Somebody says capital city is complete backwater.
Well, they all are. Something about being the capital city destroys the city. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Like, there are very few capitals that are like, oh, this is a great town.
Salt Lake City, I would say, is one of the few.
Yeah, there aren't many. There's a couple, but most of them suck.
Yeah, they do. I don't know what happened with
Sacramento,
that.
terrible.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Springfield, whatever.
What's Nevada? Carson City?
Yeah,
that's
again,
a nothing.
Where's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's ever heard of that. That sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, national capitals are a different story, but state capitals are usually crappy.
Yeah.
Ours is too, as it turns out.
How long is the Bourbon Trail? I know you don't have to do it all at once. Have you ever done that, Drew? I haven't done that.
Well, I mean, it's all basically they just hand out maps to all the distilleries, and they're not in a row. I don't actually know the length of it, but I mean, I'd say the most extreme ones are the farthest one away from any of them is Maker's Mark.
Yeah, that one's out there. That
one's way out there. And the rest of them are kind of clustered around Franklin County, right in the middle.
Yeah. Louisville has a lot, or just south of Louisville. You've got Four Roses, I think, is out there. But
don't go on that tour, by the way. That tour sucks.
Yeah, there are definitely some that suck. I thought, here was the biggest letdown. I thought Buffalo Trace was going to be amazing just from the outside of it, and wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right.
Yeah. Four Roses is not cool because basically it's almost 100% automated, and then they don't age it there. So you get to see robots and then they describe how the process is done in other places. Don't get me wrong, I like Four Roses, but they have the worst tour. Don't even bother.
And another horrible one is right downtown Lexington, Kentucky. Is what's that place called, Drew? It looks awesome on the outside.
Oh, is that the one by the guys?
It's over by Rupp.
That one sucks. Alltech,
Alltech. Why would you buy a liquor from a company named Alltech?
Don't buy anything from a company named Alltech because, as the name implies, they make a lot of stuff and none of it good. They're not good at anything.
That's a funny one, but that's a horrible tour. Yeah. We've got Salem, Oregon. The meth is really good this time of year.
Oh, of course.
I can see that. Can you imagine a meth tour?
Yeah, it'd be good. Like, I've been on it. It's central Pennsylvania,
right? Like things that you legalize things. So I'm sure there's like a weed tour trail in some of these states now that are legalizing, where you could go out and you see the buds getting raised and all that. And can you imagine how depressing a meth tour would be?
Oh yeah, that would be really bad. Oh, just go walking through Gary, Indiana. I think that's all you got to do.
That's what you get. Who else do we have here? Everyone hates my town of Sacramento, but honestly, been worse places.
Yeah, I mean, there are worse places like Bakersfield. So it's just, but again, it's like there's not very many capital cities where you're like, oh damn, this place is great.
Yeah,
something about it, man. I don't know what it is.
Great question here. Which do you like better, bourbon or Tennessee whiskey?
Oh well, Tennessee whiskey doesn't exist. Nobody drinks that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think the real question, one thing I see people debating a lot is bourbon or Irish whiskey. Those kinds of, I don't know if they're debating it.
I like them both. They taste vastly different.
They're very different. They're very different. In fact, I saw a video of somebody someone from Ireland drinking bourbon. They had a bunch of people testing it, and they did not go over well. They did not
Scottish
like
people.
it.
Well, it's weird. They kind of like it because then they found out that Kentucky was settled by Scotch-Irish, so they're like, "Oh, the long-lost tribe." So they get into it pretty well, but it does kind of taste like burnt charcoal. But to be fair, their stuff tastes like the swamp. So
right,
if you got to pick one, burnt charcoal.
If you're describing your drink as very peaty, it's very peaty.
It's not a great flavor.
Yeah.
I tell you, makes good whiskey though. Is the Japanese got that stuff figured out, man? They got it nailed.
And little known fact, maybe it's a well known fact, they own Maker's Mark. Japanese company picked them up.
Too bad they didn't make it taste good, but at least it's something.
At least there's a lot of it.
Yeah,
they've got that. Justified was in Kentucky. Just saying. Justified the horse.
Oh yeah. No, he's talking about the.
Oh okay.
Oh, the meth lab stuff, which is.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a really funny article back when Justified, the first season it was on, and I don't know who this was, but somebody was trying to raise a protest about, it was somebody in Eastern Kentucky was trying to say that it was a caricature and it was making fun of them and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, I've been out there very many times. It was fairly accurate, I gotta say. Like it was, we're not talking a documentary, but damn, it was close. They didn't miss much.
So true. So
true.
True.
It's like it's not, it can't be can't damage your reputation when it's reflective of it,
Oh, this person sounds like me. King of Kurtopia says, I like the smooth, but bourbon pairs awesome with Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
With Dr. Pepper.
I mean, as long as it's just Makers, I'd say that's okay.
Yeah.
We got a request for somebody to get on with the news, so we can chit chat afterwards. Let's hammer.
I'm finding these questions very interesting. I like
they're really good.
Learn out from Drew. All right, we'll do it. And
we'll get into some news here. There you go. There's the Cylons playing the theremin.
We've got news. We're starting off with unemployment here, Drew.
Yeah, so this was the big one. We've been, all of the rest of the shows we've done so far, we've led off with the coronavirus curve. And well, now that the numbers are getting so freaking big, it's not moving that much.
Right.
So day to day, it doesn't look significantly different. However, the thing that did look different today was the number of people that filed for unemployment. It was we didn't beat last week's record, but we damn near tied it. Kicked it up to about 22 million total, which means that's 13.5% of all workers, which means before this all started in March, the unemployment rate was 4%. So that means it's now, if I'm doing my math right, 17.5%. It's not good.
It's insane. In fact, I should have pulled up that link my friend sent me.
Was it one of those ones where it's got all the bars from like?
Yeah, because it's very interesting. I'm going to pull this up just because it was a pretty sweet list.
Yeah, actually, on the article we got, if you go down, it's the next image. Actually, they have a little graph there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, go back to
these guys are Applied Graphic Solutions. Anyways, I love the look at this. It's got the map. Shows us at the
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the percent right here. And if you click, what's interesting is to see it grow as you click on it, as any good graphic should.
There's also something really interesting.
Kentucky was not in the best position before, but.
Yeah, we're kind of immune to downturns. There's nothing to destroy.
Right.
So we're fairly resilient to them.
It's basically everywhere, except for these states that probably haven't shut down much. Florida, I'm guessing restaurants are open.
Florida is an interesting story. So it turns out Florida, the reason why their unemployment's not skyrocketing is because, and you want to talk about brilliant political solutions, they realized that in order to keep the unemployment numbers from going up, they just made it extremely hard to file. There's like one guy over there taking applications. And that's literally what's going on over there is they just made it difficult to file unemployment. So like you should see the stories coming out of Florida. People are screaming because they can't get their stuff processed.
I did not.
My guess is I'm looking at
like
Texas
that.
and I'm thinking, I bet they're doing the same thing.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. So okay, but not good. I guess the real question is how quick do things bounce back once there's a state says, all right, we're going to open up things. We can have a craft store open.
So that's interesting too, because I think that goes right into our next story. So punch that up real quick.
Well, listen to me. Let's see.
Yeah.
Goes till May 15th, Cuomo.
Yeah, so
this is a smaller jump, isn't it? Because before it was like a month at a time, and I thought I just heard May 5th, and so it seems like this news is coming out a little quicker.
Yeah, they jumped it 2 weeks. New York is almost definitely over the curve. Or at least the new cases curve. The problem is it's still New York City in particular. I mean, and anybody who's ever been on that subway knows one guy with coronavirus taking the E train from JFK all the way to the Bronx is going to cause 10,000 people to get sick instantly.
Yeah.
So they got that to look out for. But anyway, they did kick it up a couple of weeks, and this matters probably because Cuomo's kind of calling the shots on this thing here. I mean, I saw that the governor of the nation state of California, who's trying to take over the entire West Coast, it looks like, with that little consortium they got Oregon and Washington signed on. They're doing their own thing, whatever that is. But since we got 3-hour head start, Cuomo does his interviews, and then by the time California fires up, everybody's like, we heard Cuomo say it already. We don't care. But anyway, they kicked it ahead to May 15th, which is 2 weeks ahead of time. This is probably the earliest anything's going to open back up. I also wouldn't be surprised if they kicked it another 2 weeks, but, we don't know and they don't know. And man, I wish I had, speaking of really weird consortiums of states. So Kentucky announced that we're going to work with Indiana and Ohio to try to figure out when the group of us is going to open back up, which is really interesting because I think that's the only working group that's got governors of different parties working together.
Really?
Our governor's Democrat. The other two are Republican.
I kind of want to be included with Tennessee. Just financially, Tennessee seems like they have things a little further ahead, even though they have worse cases and all that. So they do have that.
Didn't shut the state down until
and they didn't do
that.
They didn't do that. So they didn't do that.
No, you can't really work with them. I mean, not like Nashville is fine, just like everywhere else, but that state government's kind of a train wreck. I don't know about anything about Indiana or Ohio other than I can tell when I'm driving through Indiana because I hit a pothole every 10 seconds.
There you go. Yeah, they're definitely in rough shape.
It's a libertarian paradise over there. They're saving all that money, not fixing the roads.
Yeah, that's a dumpster fire. Coronavirus. Japan declares nationwide state of emergency, which is, I guess, great. They finally decided to move off from the Olympics.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Japan hasn't been negligent per se. They just haven't had an uptick in cases like everybody else has. But unfortunately, lately, I mean, the only reason I would have pulled the other graph up is you can see it. Something's going on. Everybody's partying too much, or I don't know, orgies, whatever's going on over there.
That would really cause a problem right there.
It would. Yeah. So whatever it is going on over there, it started ticking back up again. This is interesting because of a little sidebar article that I also came through today, but it was a couple weeks old. Apparently, up until probably this got announced, Major League Baseball was considering moving the entire season.
Oh, I did see that. I like that idea. But
yeah, the idea was that since our evening is basically during their day, we would play day games in their stadiums, and then in the evening all the Japanese teams would play, and maybe they would play each other.
Love that idea.
So but anyway, that ain't happening. That's all off. So never mind. That's they've shot that one to hell.
We have a clarification, Drew. It's from Unspeakable Username. It says actually it's 7 states.
Yeah, we're surrounded by. Oh, did we get more on there?
Yeah, Illinois. Okay. Wait.
They only put 3 on the banner last night. So maybe
Ohio, Wisconsin. On there. Yeah. We got some friends. We got some.
We got all the good ones. Look, it's like Minnesota's got like the lowest case load of everybody. Wisconsin, voting during a pandemic, questionable decision. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's who all's around here. I guess that should be fun.
Perth Light Show thanking frontline COVID-19 workers mistakenly sparks UFO reports.
Yeah, so this is great. I don't know if marijuana is legal in Australia or not, but I bet it is.
I don't think so. I think they're pretty hard on drugs.
Yeah, are they? Okay, well then maybe not then. But at any rate, this was very similar to the one of the nights. So they always light the Empire State Building different colors depending on what's going on. And in the early days of the pandemic, they had it red and white with a flashing light on the top. And unfortunately, that was just giving everybody PTSD watching that thing. They had to take it down because it was freaking people out. Well, apparently there's other ways to freak people out here. I don't know if this is in the video or not because I clicked on the video attached, and it's actually about a music festival that got canceled, which is also cool and looks like a UFO, but I don't think that's what people were calling it about.
No, and all I'm getting here is a commercial for the Coast Guard. Oh, here we go.
There's for Deadliest Catch.
Yeah, that looks like.
So this is not what people were calling about, but it's a commercial for for a music festival that's not on anymore. I don't know why they put this video with it, but
they
looks kind of cool, actually, doesn't it? I mean,
it looks like fun times. Looks like fun times.
Yeah, but it's not happening, so don't worry about it. Just skip that.
Stimulus checks are being sent on tigers, guns, and stripper poles.
Of course. Don't really have much to say about this. I mean, who's surprised? I do like the first article they did. Somebody bought an inflatable dinosaur costume, but here's the deal. It doesn't matter what you buy. As long as you buy something, and it may be a questionable decision, but just get that money back out in the economy again. That's what the whole point of it is.
That is, which is a tough one, because if you need the money for something, I guess you need to spend it. It's going to go to rent or something. Yeah. But it's hard to break that logjam and say, okay, I am going to go help. I'm going to go give this money over here. I like this. Plus, all the places you want to support are closed. In a way, I guess you could get a gift card if they have it, but if it's a local restaurant, I guess I don't know.
Hopefully they're doing takeout. If they are doing gift cards, that's a good idea too, because that really helps out a lot too.
Awesome. We've got this lady. Mom wears Buzz Lightyear toy helmet to shop at grocery store.
So remember how we were talking about like what would be the coolest face mask that you could wear? This isn't it, but I do like the creativity. This is actually pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That reminds me of an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is, I want to go watch it right now. It's the one where they're out there and they think they have the flu, but in reality, it's just they're alcoholics and they haven't been drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I've lived that one.
Yeah. And they
this morning, especially.
They bubble up to go to the grocery store. Anyway, it's a great one. Great episode. Awesome. All right, I'm off. New Zealand TV presenters deeply sorry for disturbing Jacinda Ardern cake. Ardern?
Yeah, so I don't know who that is. But
I don't either.
If you look at the photo, they clearly, whoever they were trying to make that cake look like, they failed. Unless it was a disturbed clown, which I suppose is possible, but I don't think that was it.
That looks like the face of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, when the face melts. That's
when they opened the Ark of the Covenant and killed all the Nazis like halfway through it. Yeah, that's
really
exactly
what it looks like. Wow, that's disturbing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I almost pulled the Eddie Murphy cake bake special from SNL. I didn't go watch that because it's 5 minutes long, but it's totally worth it. It's very similar to this.
Local pastor's online sermon goes viral.
Now, this is a good video. Punch this. This is great. He left a filter on.
All right. After this. No, we don't need a loan.
And we have been talking about how can you tell if it's staged or not. This looks pretty real to me.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see in like seconds after Strayer University. Get this commercial over.
What are they selling anyway? We can't do that. We can't sit that close to each other anymore.
I don't know. Yeah. Come on, dude. Yeah, I got to hit your button.
You can already see why, Lauren. Pastor Scott Mallory is a really good sport about this whole ordeal. Not only did he agree to talk to us about this, but he did so today just one day after his wife delivered a baby boy. Pastor Scott talked to us from the hospital about his unexpected brush with internet fame.
Facebook and Wi-Fi everywhere right now is just so slow. I'm about to have it pulled up so I'll be able to see if there's comments.
For a full 2.5 minutes recently, Pastor Scott Mallory delivered his daily devotional with an assortment of wizard hats and cat ears.
I don't know if everybody else is having an issue with it or if it's just my computer or what, but it's slow. I have filters.
This is where his wife tells him live here somewhere.
Finally, Pastor Scott saw a comment from his wife that his Facebook Live had the benefit of filters.
That's weird. Well, I hope it's not doing anything too weird.
My wife's comment pops up that says, you've got filters going on. And we had another church member, this is some interesting attire. And I'm like,
the shake weight's a winner. The shake weight.
How do I even do that? How's this happening? I'm not doing this.
See,
did that on purpose.
This guy's like my dad. Oh shit, my dad's watching.
There's a great comment here that says Satan's crack pipe says most pastors I've been with could last more than 2.5 minutes.
Oh, that sounds like some first-hand knowledge there.
Very good fact there. Yeah.
A little innuendo for today. Yeah.
You got to have that.
I think this was real because I don't think there's any way, like, if I was trying to fake this, I could do that and not laugh.
No, and that's the tough thing. Yeah, putting that out without any sign of it. Yeah, I agree.
He's not even trying to hold it back. So I think it was completely complete act. Now I will say this though, he certainly jumped on it because how do you think the news found out?
Yeah,
then he sent it to him. Like, good for him. You know,
exactly,
get it where you
exactly. And we got another costume of sorts going on here.
Sort of. This is for no reason whatsoever. Just in case you wanted to know what Boris Karloff would look like as Frankenberry, you're welcome. I had to see it. Now you have to see it.
So depressed. So depressed.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Car in Poland hits roundabout. These are fun.
So this is great. This is great.
This is like a whole genre.
So I actually, full admission, I greenlit this yesterday. I didn't watch it because I figured it would be pretty funny. Today I saw it by accident and I was like, oh my God. So check this one out.
All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, that was high.
Yeah,
that was so
almost
high.
Hit the camera.
Wow, are we gonna get a slow-mo on this? We gotta oh, here we go, slow-mo.
Yeah.
What are they doing probably before this? Wait, no, what?
Texting. I bet they're texting. Like almost guaranteed they're texting somebody.
Look at that angle. We can almost see.
Yeah.
Man, that just launches.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Wow,
that's
right.
like 10 feet, 15 feet in the air. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
I love
Good
it,
job.
man. I love it. That was a good one.
Way to go.
So you win something. That actually would have been a good sound effect for that thing jumping.
Yeah.
Hold on tight. Daredevil clings to car spoiler as driver does a donut only to full face. This is a long title. That's what we've got there.
It really is. It's the Daily Mail. I think it's all written by robots.
What's this one about?
Well, just
is there a video?
Video
down. Then we'll find
great.
out. What are the chances there's an ad on the front? Yep.
What is this for? Is this
Spectrum? This is Spectrum.
Spectrum?
No, I don't need you. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Spoiler.
Yeah, you gotta hold on.
What?
Hold on tight. I'm holding.
You hold on tight. It won't matter. That's great. Yeah, I don't know when any part of this seemed like a good idea, but as you can see, it didn't work out for him.
Hey, is that your car, Drew?
It's close. I have a 370. That's a 350.
Are you telling me you and I could be doing that?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a spoiler though, and like something we can nail it to the back of my car with? Because I think that's what those guys did.
I think, actually, all we need is nail a 2x4 to it.
Yeah.
What is that doing that? Yeah, we could do that. I've driven. Yeah, Drew, you've got a car like that. It's much more powerful than I thought in the beginning.
Yeah, that was a 350Z. I have a 370Z, and the number is the amount of horsepower in the engine. So it's a lot.
Quite fun.
And I think if you take the engine out, it weighs, because it's made completely of aluminum. I think it weighs like 5 pounds. It'll blow away in a stiff wind.
It's a fun car. Unique two-faced goat born at Wittenberg Farm.
Just run the video on this. This will explain itself. What are we getting ad for though?
Reach the right audience with the right messaging. Yeah.
Well, these guys don't know how to do that, apparently.
They did it. Start today.
There you go. LinkedIn. Oh, they're advertising LinkedIn. Good for them.
An unusual farm animal is getting a lot of attention at this site in Shawano County.
Well, this baby goat was born on April 5th with...
We should talk like this.
Fox 11's Eric Peterson has our story.
I don't know, how do they train for that or something?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Years
of
doing
like white
that.
people school or something?
Named after an ancient Roman god, which had 2 heads.
We should talk like this guy.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Like Listen to her, by the way. This is the biggest stoner in the world.
The past and the future, and
Jocelyn
she
Nesky
toked
and her
up.
family run this goat farm in Wittenberg. In 6 years of milking and thousands
I
of
love
goat
this guy's
births,
voice.
She's never seen anything like this.
I've heard of 2-headed cows and lizards, but
the goats, that's impossible.
Nesky says this kid really has twin heads.
Yeah, there's 4 eyes and 2 mouths.
Yeah, we see it.
They weren't sure if the 2 middle eyes worked, so, but they're positive about the outside. eyes working.
Nesky posts updates on the World Wide Web.
She's high. She's so high when she's doing this.
Is becoming an internet sensation.
He's been in the news in like Germany and all over Facebook and Brazil and Canada and
I love her.
Everywhere.
Nesky says Janus had a visit to the veterinarian on Monday and is doing fine.
He's a normal goat. We just have to help him. We try to help him as much as we can and give him a break when he gets tired.
Janus got to see the other goats Tuesday morning. Nesky says.
So I assume there's like 2 brains in this thing?
Stronger every day.
That's the thing.
Or does it have 2 faces? Like, I don't know which it is. But if there's 2 brains in there, you saw the way they were situated. Does the one know the other one's even there?
Right.
Maybe not.
Which hole is eating? Which hole is breathing?
It's like, why is my right arm doing that? What's going on?
Well, I don't know. Fascinating. But more than that, I loved her as a weed smoking farmer. And I love the guy's voice doing the reporting. That was quite special.
Yeah.
Wow. And then we've got I'll click this sucker. I know how to click a button.
Good.
No audio?
This was submitted to the DAW tab today. It's a baby owl, but there's a gotcha that goes along with this.
Oh.
It's only 11 seconds. Like, oh, isn't it cute? Actually, no. Have you ever seen what a baby owl looks like? Because if you want to, hit the next slide, because that's where it is.
Oh,
what they actually look like?
Yeah, I'll see.
Baby owls are creepy.
Wait, where'd the slide? If I could do that. No.
Yeah, just Google what baby owls really look like. They look like aliens.
No way.
Yeah, they're not cute. They're really freaky looking.
Holy cow.
Yeah, imagine if you came around the corner and saw a couple of those. Now, granted, they're only like, they're that big, but 6 feet tall. I'd run like hell.
Wow, that was disturbing.
It's very disturbing. But so I didn't want to leave on a disturbing note, so I went and found another cute owl video to close it out. Only 15 seconds.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Looks happy. Looks happy. Looks like it also smoked weed.
It's probably thinking murder.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come closer, asshole. I'll bite your face off.
Oh, wait. That thing was, my other audio was going, so I was getting some disturbing audio as well.
Oh, good.
Well,
actually, it's just making a weird, like, painting noise.
There you go. Well, we'll just have this as our background of the America.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah. And it didn't even cost us $100.
No, it didn't even have to. It didn't.
Yeah.
So that's the news for the day. Whatever today is, 16th of April, 2020. Worst year ever.
Yep, pretty much. I think we can categorically say that now, by the way.
Yeah. What is, like, when we get to the end of the year, what are they even going to bother with? What's the news going to be? Because you thought Kobe would be a whole lot. Kobe's years ago. That was forever ago.
That was like a decade ago.
Jeez. Yeah. We've got some, let's see in the comments, any comments in here? That commentator is high too. Yeah, he was probably. Yeah, those owls were freaky.
Yeah, they're freaky. Baby owls are not cute. They look better when they're adults though, which is probably an exception in the animal world if you think about it.
Yeah.
Other than like kangaroos are the same way. Well, I guess baby kangaroo, like little baby kangaroos. Google it. I won't explain it. They're just weird. They look like baby, like hamsters.
Seems like a good dare. If you're in Australia, like to stick your hand in the pouch. That pouch has to be
see what happens.
The nastiest thing ever. Just warm and moldy. Ooh, gross.
Yeah, who knows what's in there? All kinds of like chip wrappers and all the stuff you find in the back of an airline seat is probably what's in there.
Hey, thanks to Non Sequitur Man says I could watch you freaks all day. That sounds good. Yeah. I am having a decent day, but I would like to have a better day. I'll take anything I can get. If any better days want to come along. What are you doing for the rest of the day, Drew?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go outside now that it got up over 50. It's still chilly, but I think I can like sit in the driveway and drink beer for a bit. That might be my big plan.
Is that still legal? Still, I guess you're staying away.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. I bet they're not arresting people if it's illegal at this point. So,
It sounds like a way you can participate in your neighborhood.
Yeah, definitely. Well, everybody's out. Like the kids are all out there on their bikes and stuff, so that works out pretty well. By the way, I did see on the chat on the Twitch feed, the Buffalo, mentioned that the year 537 sucked. That actually is the worst year ever, probably, at least in the last 2,000 years.
Really?
That was pretty
what
bad.
happened that year?
Sometime in like 536, 537, the volcano blew up down in Indonesia, and the sun went out for 2 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it could get worse.
Yeah. Can you imagine being inside just because everything outside is dead?
Yeah, it sucks. They found out about it because there was some tree ring researchers noticed that in 5,000 years of tree rings, those were the worst. Because like they're big and fat in years where there's good things going on. And then there's not good things going on. They're tiny. And they were the tiniest in both Ireland and Japan. And then in every other sample they could find for that same year. And they were like, wow, what the hell happened then? Yeah, it turns out the sun went out for 2 years. Whoops.
That would be insane. All right. Well, count your blessings. I'm counting that one.
Yeah, sun's still on, as far as I know. I mean, at least 8 minutes ago it was.
Yeah.
So
there was another earthquake. There's been a couple recently again in Utah.
Yeah.
So like I was telling you, people there, if you're a little more on the religious side, are thinking, well, this is end of days. And you made a great comment. You you said they're not far off.
Yeah, I mean, we got war, pestilence, famine, death. Yeah, Antichrist is the president. I mean, it's pretty stacked up. But then my other point was, and I've always argued this with other friends of mine, where I'm like, but ending the world seems like a lot of work. You could just let it go also and do nothing and see what happens. Why would you end it?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. Hey, just believe like me. It's all the Matrix. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Well, it's good talking with you, Drew. Good talking with everyone here. Come back. Yeah. We do this every sometime.
We'll probably do this tomorrow unless some stuff comes up.
Yeah, we like Friday. Friday's Floating Head Friday. So we got to come back for that. And I think I need to come up with a new set for floating heads. Something that works a little better. I don't know if anyone has any good ideas out there. What would work? Maybe we could have the two-headed goat on here.
Yeah. Maybe Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Remember they always had that sun in the background?
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Okay.
We need two suns. Maybe do Teletubbies crossed over with Tatooine from Star Wars.
Okay. I like these ideas. I'll get cracking on that. So stay tuned. What is that? Stay tuned for Farking Around with Drew and Alan. Yeah. I like it. Thanks, guys. It's been fun, and we will see you tomorrow.